Okay. So yesterday just we had introductory session in this Django, right? So working with VS Code. So if any one of you, if you have not installed VS Code, right? I said yesterday to install VS Code, right? Yes. So just to go to this. Go to this Google. Just say code.visualstudio.com. Code.visualstudio.com. Right. Download for Windows. Download it and install it. Normal installation. Say next, next, next. Hope everyone have installed it. Say yes in the chat, everyone. Yes. Try to say yes in the chat. How many of you have done that installation of this VS Code? Right. If you are not done, just download this and install it. It hardly takes 2 minutes. Now, steps in application creation. Steps in application creation. Right. Yes. Creating a virtual environment. Creating a virtual environment. Second is like activating the virtual environment. Activating the virtual environment. Starting or creating a project. Starting or creating a project. So the command to start or create a project. DJANGO-admin. Start project. Start project. Project name. Starting or creating an application. Starting or creating an application. Python manage.py. Python manage.py. Start application. Application name. Python manage.py. Start app. Application name. Starting on okay. Add the application name. Add the application name. To install apps. Within settings.py. Defining URLs. Defining URLs for your project. Defining URLs for your project. Within urls.py file. Within urls.py file. Writing business logic. Writing business logic. within views.py within views.py file. Writing business logic within views.py file. Migrate. How will you say migrate? Python manage.py. Python manage.py writer. Migrate. Python manage.py migrate. Displace errors if any. Displace errors. Starting the server. Python manage.py run server. The command to run server is starting the server. Python manage.py run server. Finally, giving the request. Giving the request in the browser. Giving the request in the browser, right? Yes. HTTP / localhost 8000 is the port number where DJANGO is installed and the URL name, right? Yes. So these are the 10 steps you need to follow, right? For developing an application. Yes. Okay, fine. So these 10 steps, right? Creating a virtual environment, how to create that virtual environments, creating another copy of Python virtually, right? Creating a project, creating an application, right? Starting or creating an application, Python manage.py start app application name, adding the application name to installed apps within settings.py, right? Defining the URLs, writing business logic within the views.py. We'll see one by one step, right? We'll discuss it right here. Okay. Just a second. Just a second. Yes. Now let us see one application, right? Yes. Steps in applications creations, these 10 steps we need to follow for each and every application, right? Yes. Yeah. Installation of Django. Installation of Django and application creation. Installation of Django and application creation, right? Installation of Django and application creation here, right? Yes. Step one, first install Python software. First install Python software. Yes. To check where Python is installed. To check where Python is installed, right? Go to the command prompt. Go to the command prompt and just say in the bottom search panel type CMD. In the bottom search panel type CMD and just say where Python. Just say where Python. Where Python. It will say where Python is. So I've got different versions of Pythons available in my system: 3.8, 3.11, 3.12, 3.13, right? Yes. Where Python, right? Yes, python.exe. Okay. Now, step two. Try to do this parallel along from step two, right? So hope everyone have got Python installed in your system, right? Yes. Step two. Create a folder. Create a folder. Django apps. Create a folder. Django apps. No space. Within the C drive. Within the with any name you can create. But create a folder. Django apps within the C drive and install Django in it. And install Django within it. Django within it, right? Yes. Don't install Django. Don't install Django. Original Python folder. Don't install Django in the original Python folder. So create a virtual environment. So create a virtual environment. What do you mean by virtual environment? Another copy of Python. Another copy of Python. In that, install Django software. In that, install Django software. In that, install Django software. Even any modifications we do, any modifications we do in Django, if any modifications we do in Django, it should not affect, it should not affect it should not affect, it should not affect the original Python software. It should not affect the original Python software. Virtual environment is created. Virtual environment is created. See, even any modifications we do in Django, it should not affect the original Python software. Virtual environment is created for Python. Virtual environment is created for Python. In that, install Django. In that, install Django. Means in your system, so you have two Python softwares. Means in your system, you have two Python softwares. One in original. Second, one in virtual environment. One in virtual environment. One virtual environment for Django. Yes. Okay. What is the step to create Django apps within the C drive and install Django within it? So just to go to your C drive, just go to the C drive and create one folder, Django apps. What is that? New folder, right? Django apps. Django apps. No space, don't give any space. Django apps as a single word you give, right? So just I created a folder where I'm going to save all my applications within this folder. What all the applications I'll be creating during this course, all this will be under this folder.
So why do we need the virtual environment? Why can't we make use the original Python
We
directories?
we'll be doing a lot of modifications, changes, right? So that should not affect your original Python software. So even any modifications we do in DJANGO, right, it should not affect the original Python software. That's why we will create another virtual copy of Python, which will be available, right, for this DJANGO. So next, step 3. Installing virtual environment module. Installing virtual environment module. Installation of virtual environment model for creating virtual environment. Hmm. Now, hope everyone you have installed this VS Code. Open that VS Code. So go to the VS Code, the file menu, select the folder. Just now we created one folder in the C drive, right, with the name DJANGO apps. Select the folder DJANGO apps. In that only terminal will be there. New terminal, you can say new terminal. Now, just open VS Code, everyone. Try to do parallelly along with me. Just open this VS Code. Within this file menu, you can see. Okay. File, yes, 1 second. One second. Okay, now say go to this file menu, everyone. Open folder, you can say. Open folder, right. Within the open folder, just select this in the C drive. The Django apps we have created, right? The Django applications. The Django apps, select it, select folder, right? Yes. Excuse me. The Django apps. Can you see this folder here? The Django apps. The Django apps you can see at the left side, right? Now, here you can see terminal. Here you can see terminal at the top. Terminal, right? Click this terminal. Click this terminal and say new terminal, right? A new terminal gets opened. A new terminal is opened, right? Yes. This one, debug console, you minimize. Jupyter variables, you minimize. All right, just minimize those. It will be in this way, just minimize. Yes, terminal, just move it a little bit up. By default, you'll be getting this DJANGO apps within the C drive, DJANGO apps. So by default, you'll be getting it. So here we are supposed to install, right? pip3 pip3 install virtual environment. pip3 install virtual env virtual environment. For creating virtual environment, we have got a model called virtual env. Pip install virtual env. pip3, yes, and say enter. Automatically for me, it's already available. The requirement already satisfied for me, right? For everyone, it will download and it will install. Successfully installed virtually and wait say, right? Try to confirm everyone, try to interact, unmute yourself and try to respond everyone. Yes. pip3 install virtually env. What it said, downloading and installing, it will say. It will download, it will install virtual environment module. For me, it's already available. It's saying requirement already satisfied. Requirement already satisfied, right? Yes. Everyone, try to respond in the chat. Try to unmute yourself and try to give your responses. What you got done? Successfully install, it will say. Yes.
Yes, sir. A new release of is available.
All those you don't do. Just whether it install or not.
Install.
Okay. Forget about this new release of pip. But successfully it will install, it will download, it will install, right? Step. Now after this, successfully install virtually and we will say next time. Creating virtual environment now. This is important. Step 4. Step 4. Creating virtual environment means bringing another copy of Python. See, if you see Python, if you open your Python, where is available in your C drive? Everyone check where your Python is installed. Within the C drive, it is installed, right? So go and check where your Python, right? The Python 3.13, Python 3.13. The Python 3.13, if you open, you will find this scripts folder. This is the scripts which is, in this you will see this pip and pip3 is available and virtually env will be installed. Everyone are able to see this virtually env here now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Available. Any script.
pip3.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. All these folders are available.
Okay. Okay. Now, next. Creating. Step 4. Creating virtual env. Virtual environment. Creating virtual environment. Now go to this creating virtual environment. Creating virtual environment. Now, how to create virtual environment? So just go back to this VS Code. So CLS to clear the screen, type CLS to clear the screen. Previous, whatever is there, right? CLS. Now, for creating virtual environment, you say virtual env is which is already available. Virtual env, virtual environment, my virtual environment. Any name you can give, but I have given my virtual environment. Give any name, right? So using this virtual environment model, I'm creating a virtual environment. Yes. My VENV. Say enter, right? Yes. So created virtual environment. Created virtual environment, right? Yes. Created virtual environment princess. We notice the new virtual environment. Do you want to select it for your workspace folder? Yes. So here, virtual environment by VENV, right? Yes.
Some errors are found.
For everyone, it is created, right? Virtual environment, created virtual environment for 3.1, 3.2, right? Yes. Everyone try to respond. Whether it got created or not, created virtual environment. Without this virtual environment, you cannot perform anything. Say yes in the chat fast, everyone. Right.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
I'm
Created.
starting, so probably next.
Created, sir. Created virtual
I'll
environment.
create it next. Sir.
Okay. Created, right? Yes. Next, step 5. If anyone if facing any issue, like try to say, right? If you got any is not created or any other. Step 5. Simple steps. Step 5. Activating virtual environment. This step will give a problem for you people, right? Activating virtual environment. Virtual environment. Activating virtual environment. How to activate virtual environment is just now once before that, right? Yes. Before that, go to your C drive. Go to your C drive. Go to your DJANGO apps. Go to your DJANGO apps. Yes. DJANGO apps. DJANGO apps, right? In the C drive, DJANGO apps. Can you see my VENV with whatever name you have created the virtual environment? With that name, it will be created in the DJANGO apps folder. Now check it. If we click it, you got the scripts folder. Within the scripts folder, right? You will see all this, right? If you, yes. Can you see this activate option here? Can you see this activate option, right? For activating the virtual environment, this activate option will be there, right? And this pip3, everything will be available here. Previously, it was empty. The Django apps was empty. Now you got one my virtual environment folder. In that scripts means another copy of Python. You can see the scripts folder of this Python, right? You can see all this. Now the next step. Activating virtual environment. Activating virtual environment.
So one question. Hello.
Within this, now go to the path where you are virtual. Go to the path, right? For activating the virtual environment, change your directory to my virtual env. Any query you got, anyone? Yes. So here,
Sir, the created virtual environment in my system, Python 3.13.1, and you have created 3.13.1. No, any issue? Or
what is it?
I have created
Any Python version is fine.
I have created a virtual environment Python 3.13.1.
Not a problem.
Okay.
cd my virtual, see here, change in C Django apps, there is a folder my virtual environment. Change your change directly to my virtual environment. Within that scripts, there is activate option. Within the scripts, change your directory to my virtual environment scripts. Say enter. Dot backslash activate, you say. Activate. You can see that activate option within this. Activated. Backslash activate. You can see this my virtual environment. You should see this my virtual environment within this brackets. Here activate means you should see everyone got this or any error. In this one, people will be getting some error messages. Anyone got some error? Done? Got activated?
Yeah, it has error, sir. Unauthorized access something.
What is that?
I have error. It says that unauthorized access, the PS1 active cannot load it because of running script disabled.
Anyone got that running script is disabled? The same thing? Red color messages you got? So do one thing. If anyone have, if you have got error, right? If you got error, right? Can you see this PowerShell here? Can you see this PowerShell here? Can you see this in the middle PowerShell?
Yes.
Beside less option, beside that one drop down list is there.
Yeah.
Click that drop down and go for the command prompt. Go for command prompt. Click that command prompt.
Yeah.
After clicking the command prompt, what you are able to see DJANGO apps again in that.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
In that again cd my virtual environment scripts you can say. And try to work with command prompt. If you have got error, try to click this command prompt, work with command prompt and say change your directory to my virtual environment scripts and say activate. Now you got it.
Yeah, let me check.
Sir,
Only-
what is this virtual environment? Is this the Python software?
So see, only for the first time this you will be doing. For all the remaining applications, right? So already you will be doing it. So only for the first application this will be there. See, virtual environment, I already said, right? You will be creating one more copy. whenever you work with IDEs or whenever you work with these frameworks, right, you will get another copy of Python. In the C drive, in the Python folder, there is a scripts folder. The scripts, see here, in this DJANGO apps also, you got that scripts folder now, another copy of this Python. And you can see all this pip and pip3 available in this. So compulsory, a virtual environment means another copy of Python, you are going to create, install. And any changes or modifications you do, it won't modify your original Python software, which is present in the C drive. So another copy is created here.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Everyone got this?
Yeah, now it's available. Yeah, thanks.
Once you say yes in the chat, how many of you are doing parallelly along with me? Say yes in the chat once.
Yes, sir, all set, sir. Activated.
Okay. Okay, now this is fine. Activated, right? You should get this my virtual environment within the bracket tab. It means it is activated, right? Yes. So just I'll copy this. Now we need to install DJANGO.
Do you all have follow it?
Step 6, installing DJANGO. Installing DJANGO. Very simple. You are already in the scripts folder, right? You just go to the VS Code and just say using pip3 install DJANGO. It automatically downloads and installs DJANGO anywhere. Just say pip3 install DJANGO. It will download and installs DJANGO, right? It's collecting DJANGO, right? Downloading DJANGO, right? Installing the collected packages DJANGO. Successfully installed. Which one? Can you see DJANGO 5.1.6? Try to remember the version. If they ask in the interview which version of DJANGO, which latest version of DJANGO you work with, means this is the version 5.1.6.
So I have found some error. Could not find a version that inside the requirement design. Now I think this is found for design.
Okay, successfully installed. Is that error in the chart once?
Yes, I have error, sir.
Try to share the screen. You will get errors only if the Python is not properly installed. Otherwise, everything will be fine. Okay, check it. Start trying to share the screen. Anyone, if you got error, you can try to share the screens. So with this installation of DJANGO will be done. Now we will be creating a project or application, right? Yes. Yes. Okay. Next step. Step 7. Creating or starting a project. Creating or starting a project. Now try to say what is that command to create or start a project. Just now we have seen the 10 steps, right? Creating or starting a project. CLS. Clear the screen. Right. Now, DJANGO-admin. DJANGO-admin.
Sorry, but I'm not able to see your screen. Okay, it's visible now. Yeah.
DJANGO-admin. Start project. Start project. My project 1. DJANGO-admin. This is the command. Start project. I am starting a project. My project 1. Say enter. But one thing, okay, in the Django applications. Okay, sorry, here a project has to be created in the Django applications folder. So it has to be created in Django apps folder, but not in the scripts folder, right? So how to come out of this? We need to come out of this existing. Don't create project here within the scripts folder. Try to create within the Django apps folder. So how to come out of this existing path? cd dot dot cd dot dot. Now you are in the Django apps. Try to remember, but don't create within the scripts folder. In the Django apps folder, we need to create the project. So come out of this scripts by saying cd dot dot. Come out of this my virtual environment by saying cd dot. Now you create the project. Up arrow you can use for the previously typed command. Right now within the Django apps folder, start project, my project 1. Enter. Can you see now my project 1 folder is created? My project 1 folder is created, right? Someone said, right? What does that? If your internet connection is slow, you will get that error. Yes. Retry once again. Once again, you can execute it. The Django admin start project, my project 1. See my project 1, can you see at the left side? Yes. The left side, you can see my project 1. Again, one more inner project folder will be there. Outer project folder, inner project folder. In the inner project folder, you can see these are the files which are created automatically. The my project 1, what all the files required for your project related things will be created automatically. init.py, asgi.py, settings.py, urls.py, right? All this py, all these .py files are created, right? All right. if you want to see the structure, so after creating your project, change your directory now into my project one. So enter into your project folder now. Change your directory to the project folder. Now, whatever you want to do, everything from your project folder, you should do. My project one, again, within this my project one, you are supposed to do, right? If you want to see what is present within this, I want the tree structure /f, right? Tree/f, you can say. Tree/f means is going to provide that, okay, one file manage.py is created. This is a very important file which has to be created. Check it has created or not. Manage.py is created. And what are the different other files which are created? If you want to see the structure, change your directory to this project folder. Yes. And see the tree structure, right? One manage.py and different other py files were created, right? Yes. See where you are trying to create this project folder in the DJANGO apps folder, not in the scripts folder, right? Yes. Creating or starting an application, creating or starting an application. Now project you created, now application. What is the command? Just now we discussed it. Application. What is that command to start or create an application? So whatever this manage.py which has created, using this only will be performing all. If you want to run the server, manage.py. If you want to create an application, manage.py, right? You want to migrate this manage.py, right? Now come down, CLS, clear the screen, right? Clear the screen. Arunesh, right? Once again, did you try? Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Got it?
Again, find error, sir.
Same error. Retrying, error. Retry.
Find a version that is DJANGO.
Are you able to share the screen? Can you share the screen? See that whatever this path is correct or not. See this DJANGO apps. See the spelling of this DJANGO. So for activating and installing, right? Once it is activated, pip3 install DJANGO.
Any space in the author is
No spaces. You should not give any spaces, I said.
okay.
DJANGO spelling is wrong. What is the spelling of DJANGO you are given? DJANGO spelling is wrong, you see.
I'm checking.
Okay. Now just to go back. Now, creating or starting an application. For creating or starting an application, the command is in the just before you have seen, right? Python manage.py start application name. Creating or starting an application, right? Yes, just observe this. Python, see that you are in the project folder or not. See that you are in the project folder, right? Python manage.py start application, right? Demo application, right? So see that if you get any error, you should be able to share the screen so that I can rectify it. Python manage.py start application demo app. So I'm creating an application folder. The name of the application is demo app. This is the command. Every time you need to use the same command for project creation and application creation. Now it's created. Now can you see in the back left side, right? Project demo application demo app. Within the demo app, you can see many Python files which are created automatically. We didn't create it. So I said here, we no need to write any codes, right? Automatically all the Python files created for the demo application, for the project also, right? Nearly 6 files will be there in the inner project folder and 6 files will be in the demo app. Okay, step 8. Now see this, right? Up to this 4 steps completed. Now 5th step, add the application, add our application to the installed apps within settings.py. Step 9, add your application name to the installed apps within settings.py. Now, what is your application name? Demo app. Demo app, right? Go to this VS Code. Within the VS Code, go to the project folder, my project 1. Within that settings.py, within the project folder, you see settings.py. Within the settings.py. So, okay, within the settings.py, you can see this install apps. You can see this install apps, right? Yes. Within the install apps, you can say like demo app. So for the first 1-2 applications, you will see all these are new steps. But once it is done, it will be familiar with what you do, the steps. Creating project, creating application, adding this application name, specifying that URLs in the urls.py. So just to give this demo, your application name here within the single quote. Don't forget this comma at the last. There should be a comma at the last. Means after this, before demo application. Adding your application name to the installed apps within the settings.py. Yes. Next step, step 10. Next step is what? Yes, check it in this. Defining URLs in your project for your project within urls.py. Step 10. Go to urls.py. Go to urls.py and define URLs. And define URL for your project. Generally, this is the symbol for start. This is a symbol for start. Start and end symbol. Nothing. Go to your settings.py within the project folder. Within the project folder. Okay. And define URL for your project. For defining URL for your project, I'll go to the urls.py of go to this urls.py, right. Scroll down to the bottom and go to this line number 21 and say enter. Line number 22, you go. Just say re_path. This function will be using, right? re_path. Okay. Raw string. This is starts with. It has to start with the demo and end with start symbol and end symbol. This is the start symbol. This is the end symbol. Views dot input. But it is giving error here, views and for repath. Can you see it is underlined? So what you do for this, we need to add some import statements. For this repath, say path comma re_path. Path comma re_path. And for this views, understand carefully where this views.py is available. Can you see? Can you see demo application is the application folder, project folder. Where what you are writing currently in urls.py, you are writing the code. And where this views.py is available, views.py is available in the application folder. From the application folder, you want that. So what you should say, from demo application, your application name, from demo application, import views, you should say, import views. From demo application, import views. From demo app, import views.
Sir, actually one question. So what this statement does, sir? The underscore path, this one.
So we are creating a URL, right? So this URL will be giving in the browser. Which one? Chrome browser. Whenever I give it, the control has to go to the views, this views.py. Within the views dot, it's where you write the Python code. In that, you will write one input function. In that input function, whatever is there, that will be displayed on the web page. Means whenever I'm giving this URL in the web page, the URL specific which function has to be executed, this input function. So within the input function, whatever code is there, that will be printed on the output screen. So just we have written this one line and this two. So this one, RE underscore path. And from demo application, as it is present, this views.py is present in the demo application. We need to import it from demo application, import views.
So basically, this statement does redirection from demo to that view path input.
This statement you are saying? This statement
Yes, sir.
for
Yeah.
every project, right? For every application is identified with some URL. So you'll be specifying the URL here. For that URL, if you are specifying, right, which function has to be executed, what is the business logic to be implemented. Anytime business logic implementation will be written within this views.py is there, right? Your entire logic or business logic, whatever task you want to do, everything will be given in this views.py. So in the views.py, you will write some with this name, you will be defining a function. So in that function, whatever is there will be displayed. So the URL and the function to be executed will be linked here. So what URL you will be giving in the browser, this one. But if you are giving this, go to the views.py. Within that, there will be some input function. We need to define it. In that, whatever you keep, that will be displayed. Okay. So for understanding, I'm copying this. Don't disturb the remaining code. Keep it as it is. Don't delete. Yes. Once we execute once, you'll understand this, what we are performing. Now, step 11. Now I need to define this, right, in the views, this input function. Go to views.py. Go to views.py. Go to views.py. Go to views.py and define input function. Go to views.py within application folder, within application. And define input function. Now go to this views.py. There's nothing in it, empty it is. So we need to define with what name I need to define. With what name we use def keyword defining input function. Why only input function means whatever name you are specified. Any name you can give, but whatever name you are given in the urls.py, with that name only you need to create it. So it takes the request and gives the response. It takes the request and gives the response. What response? Okay, check it. HTML response. HTML response means right. So finally, it is going to return. It is taking the request. It is returning the response. What response? HTTP response. A string it is returning. What string it is? So what is the string it is giving? Now I'm writing what it is. String 1 equal to, within the triple quote, I'm trying to write. So small HTML code I'll write. HTML body background color. Background color I want as red color. And the text color I want as yellow color. Text color is yellow. All right. And what you want to write, whatever you specify within this body tag, that will be printed as it is in the output screen. H1 bigger heading. Welcome to DJANGO. Welcome to DJANGO. Slash H1 slash body slash HTML, right? Yes. So body BG color, welcome to DJANGO, body slash HTML. And finally we are saying, so this entire thing is a string. This entire thing is a string. Multi-line string, triple quote, and with a triple quote. This entire thing is a string. If you want to write some HTML code within the Python, right, keep it within a string and write. And finally, whatever that present within that string, whatever present within the string, you return it. So take this request and give the response. What response? HTML response. And this HTTP response also, it is giving error. We need to have an import statement for it. What is that import statement? From django.http import from django.http import HTTP response. From django.http import HTTP response. That's it. So just I written input function I've defined, taking request, giving response. What response? HTTP response. Right. And this is the within the string, within the quotes I've written the HTML code and saying welcome to DJANGO has to be printed with background as red and text color as yellow. Step 12. Migrate. Check for errors. Migrate, checking for errors. How to migrate? Check this. py python manage.py migrate. If any errors, it will display the errors here. Python manage.py. Yes, it is saying applying. It has to say this. Applying, right? All the changes. Right? This you need to get this. It means no error here. I'll say what is this, what it is applying, right? Later I'd say about these things. So here, Python manage.py migrate. Next, step 13. What is it? Run server. Run server. How to run the server? Same, using this manage.py only. Python manage.py migrate. Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py create application. CLS. Python manage.py run server. Okay. Python manage.py run server. Yes, this one. Right. Server is running. Server started at so and so, right? Step 11, what is there in this? HTML code, right? You keep in a Python string and return it. HTML code, right? You are displaying something, a small text with some so and so color, with so and so. This HTML code, within that only you are printing this. This has to be displayed in the output with the text color as yellow, background color as red. It has to display. You keep within the Python string and return that string, HTTP response. In this input function, taking the request and giving HTML response, right? String. Understood. Sumit Saurav.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understood. Thank you, sir.
I am getting one error from that views urls.py wherever sorry views.py wherever I write the code. So
1 second. Hold on. Those who got errors, just 1 second. So now, whenever you run the server, right? Whenever you run the server, you will get started development server, starting development server. This thing you select it. This thing you select it. Means your server is running at 8000 port. Select it and say Control C. Control C. And open
in
the browser.
migrate only I am getting error some that HTTP.
Open browser. Open this browser and paste it here. Open the browser and paste it here. And here in the browser, what you need to provide? A URL. What is the URL you have specified? What is the URL you have specified? Yes, everyone. You have specified one URL in the urls.py, right? What is that?
Demo.
Demo, right? The demo we need to provide here. The demo we need to provide here. Check it. Give demo. Whenever I give this demo and say enter, you got the output. This is welcome to. You give a request, it is giving the response. Welcome to DJANGO world. Well, 1 second. Step 14, giving request. Giving request in the browser. Whenever you're running the server, copy this I said. Copy this. Paste it in browser. And provide URL. And submit. And this way. The final output. We are displaying something on the web page. Welcome to DJANGO.
Can I share my screen? I'm getting one error that migrate time.
You're getting error.
Sir,
One second. Now, anyone, how many of you, first, okay, I'll come back to your errors. How many of you got the output? Say yes in the chat once. How many of you got the output? Say yes in the chat. This, welcome to this. Everyone, right. See you. Here, copy this one, paste it in the browser. In the browser, go to the last, after this slash, type DEMO. Go to the slash and type DEMO, right? And enter.
should I share my screen?
Okay. So now, those who want to share the screen, you can share the screen for that errors. Yes. Share screen, the green color icon is there. Share that. Click it. Share screen. Select the screen option. After selecting the green color share, select the screen icon. Share
Can I
screen.
see my screen, sir?
Yes. So here, okay. Where are you getting this error? Scroll down to the bottom of that. Whatever you're doing in manage.py, why did you open this manage.py?
No, sir, it's open only. So,
Close it, close it. You're not supposed to do anything in this manage.py. If even one space, if you enter also, you'll get error there in that. No one.
so in this views.py, I'm getting some.
HTTP response is there, right? From DJANGO. It's line number 2, your HTTP response spelling is wrong. It's line number 2.
This one.
DJANGO.http, HTTP response W you got.
Okay.
Now you can go in, just go and refresh now. Your browser, you will get the output. Go to the browser. Go to the browser.
So here I need to migrate again.
Migrate. Up arrow you can click. Let's migrate. Say enter. Okay, it's fine. Now run server. Up arrow you can click. Run server, you say py manage.py, run server. Say click it. Now copy that, Control C you say. Now go to that browser and paste it. And give demo there, DEMO, and say enter, hit enter.
Yeah,
Right?
got it.
Stop sharing now. That red color icon will be there, stop share.
Yeah, got it.
Still anybody wants to share the screen, whatever, yes. Yes, share the screen. And yes. Arunesh, you want to share the screen? Yes, share the screen directly. You got at the end of this, right? Okay. You are not saved. You are not saved your see your compulsory. You need to say once you maximize this font. At the top, you can go to your file menu. See one thing. One thing what you are observing, right? Can you see everyone? Hello, try to respond. The session is very. I'm not seeing any interactiveness. I want the sessions to be very interactive, right? Can you see the screen, everyone? Hello.
Yes, sir, we can see.
Beside the urls.py, you can see one round white color circle. Can you see that urls.py at the top? urls.py is beside that urls.py one dot, white color dot. Can you see everyone? Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is not
Yes,
saved.
sir.
Able to see or not? Everyone try to respond.
Yes, sir. We
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
Sir, we
Yes,
are.
Responding, if you are responding only, I can say the class very actively.
Yes, sir. You are.
Yes,
Dot
which is
py,
beside the urls.py. Can you see that dot, right? Means it is not saved. If settings.py, one dot is there, it's not saved. Views.py, it's not saved. So instead of this, right, you can go with autosave option will be there. Click that file menu at the top left corner, 3 lines are there, right? Yes, Rajeshri, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Top left corner, top at the top, you can see 3 lines are there, right? File menu.
Mm,
You have selected
sir,
the top left corner, right?
That explore.
huh?
Top left corner above the Explorer, 3 lines are you able to see?
No, sir.
Sir, open editor top only. Open editor wherever the three dots are.
See file menu,
Sir, I got
file.
confused.
File edit selection view.
At the top left corner, right? See, in the first initially file open folder DJANGO apps, you have selected from where you have selected it. File open folder DJANGO apps.
Sir, in visual code.
Yeah, that one. Go to the file menu, I'm saying. Go to the file menu, yes. In the file menu, autosave option is there. Come to that autosave, bottom.
Just a minute.
Autosave, can you see there? Below the save option.
Auto save.
File. Go to the file. Still
Share
down.
down. Share down.
Still down. The up.
Yes, auto save.
Autosave, you click it. Click that autosave.
Okay.
Now once again check it whether it got enabled or not.
Yes.
Now everything got saved. You cannot see that circular white color circles beside that. Now we can say migrate once. CLS, try to clear those things. CLS by saying CLS.
Yes, yes.
Terminal. Control C you say. Control C you say once. Control C means to come out of that. And CLS you say, and just say up arrow, click that up arrow. Up arrow mark. Down arrow, up arrow is there. Nothing you are able to say. py manage.py migrate you say.
Migrate.
Type it.
Py.
Python manage.py migrate. That's it. Enter. Yes. Py again up arrow you click. Remove that migrate and say run server. Run server, right. Enter. So everyone try to activate that auto save option so that you don't need to save for everything. Control, okay. Copy that HTTP, that URL from the bottom second line.
Terminal only, that HTTP.
Yes. That one you copy. Control C you say, and go to that browser and paste it. Did you paste in the browser?
Yes, sir.
You demo at the last.
Yes.
Got the output?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Stop sharing. Whenever you are trying to share the screen, click that share screen and select screen share.
Sir, one doubt. I got the output and all, but I didn't create the virtual environment the way you told because I'm operating on Mac. So I created a hello.
You got the output or not?
Yeah, I got, sir. But I created a folder on desktop and then used this command Python option 3 and 1 second. I usually 1 second. Python option my and v in that creation I created. Is it okay?
Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Still anyone got error in this? Everyone got the outputs, right? So for the first two applications, you will see something different. Is it is new to you, all right? But from the third application onwards, everything will be familiar, right? So the first steps, what are the steps we have discussed, right? So this step, activating virtual environment, starting creating project, creating application. So this is the command you need to know, and defining URLs, URL, any name. For example, I'll give comma, go to urls.py, go to urls.py, just this line again, once again I'll copy. Once again I'll copy it. Give any name, give any URL. Hello or hello.com. Anything you give here. Anything, right? Anything you provide here. Now again, go back to your browser. Instead of this. Okay. First, I'll come out of this output. You'll say page not found because I didn't give the URL. I'll say hello.com. Hello.com, right? Yes, say enter. You'll get this output. Means for any URL, whatever you are specifying, right? Either this URL also the same input function you execute, for this demo also is the same input. Otherwise, define another function with a different name, and in that you write different code. So for this URL, that function will execute. For this demo URL, this input function. Input one function you define, input two function you define. Whenever you give demo, input one function executes. Whenever you give this URL, input two function will execute, right? Yes. Any queries in this, anyone still? So this is the first sample demo application we have seen. No coding involved. For the first 3-4 applications, I won't show you any kind of coding, right? So coding is nothing, just we'll write some basic HTML code, right? How to display images, tables, everything, right, in the DJANGO applications, right? So understood that? Any queries in this? I'll for 1 second, hold on. I'll forward this clear notes, step 1, step 2, step 3, what we did, this one, and this steps, this one. Just hold on. I'll just forward you the notes in this Zoom only.